To go live. I'm live. Welcome to Let's Talk. I'm going to make soap. So hello, and here we go to making soap. So the first step for today is to prepare our mold, which we did yesterday, or well, I did yesterday, and I sort of showed you what I did. So I got some parchment paper and I lined my mold. I cut a strip that went this way, and then I put another strip that went the opposite way, and I just sort of taped it in, and I tried to make it as smooth inside as possible because you're going to pour the soap in there and you want your piece of soap to be as smooth and nice looking as possible. So we've prepared our mold. If you look at this, it's a wooden mold like that, and that will hold 2 pounds of soap. And so next on our list is we're going to prepare our vinegar solution. We want a vinegar solution so that we can wipe any areas that get contaminated with lye up, and the vinegar water solution will neutralize them. So this is a brand new thing of vinegar, so it's just taking me a minute. I'm going to have to poke it with something. I've got a pen here. Really, probably I should use something more like a knife or a scissor, but okay, there we go. Just toss that in the garbage. Okay, and so I showed you yesterday that I had this nice little plastic container. Oh dear, I'm spilling vinegar all over the place. Okay, so there's our vinegar. Put the lid on that and top that out of the way. Put some water in this. I put that little vinegar still. And I'm going to get a little rag here to go in our little vinegar water paper because I folded it all up last night. Okay. Counter, it looks like you can. Okay. So next on our list is to prepare our lye solution. The first thing we want to do when we are dealing with lye is we want to suit up. So we want to make sure we've got long sleeves. So I'm pulling my sleeves down. I've got eye protection. Feels like there's a hair in there though. And I've got gloves, and these are gloves that are good for heat and chemicals. And just bear with me while I get my lye. And in yesterday's video, I explained that I got my lye at the hardware store. And if you get your lye at the hardware store, just make sure that it is, in fact, 100% lye crystals and not mixed with something else, because sometimes they will mix. I just have to get a container. And I bought, let's see, is that good for lye? I have a container, so this is what we'll use to measure the lye. Just to wipe that out. Okay. So I'm going to put my gloves back on. I just had to untie the lye bag. Okay. So these are my lye crystals, and I'm going to pull out my recipe. And on the recipe, I need 2.83 ounces of lye crystals. So I'm turning on my scale. There's my little scale. And now it's on. And I'm just going to put the units 2 ounces. And then I'm going to put the container on the scale, and I'm going to zero it out. So now it's 0, and I'm going to measure 2.83 ounces of lye. And I'm gonna make sure none spill on the floor. And also, if you heard me earlier, I mentioned that you want to keep children and pets out of the area, so my dogs are area. And so we're at 2.1, 2.15, 2.2, 2.25, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, 2.65, 2.7. There we go. 2.75. I need 0.5 more. Okay, 2.83. And I'm putting the lid on that, and I'm going to tuck that out of the way. And next, we need distilled water, so just let me grab our water. I think I've got a jug of it up here that's open. Okay, both of those jugs are closed. Is that open? Okay. Okay, distilled water is best, but I'm just going to use some natural spring water. And it's in this great big container, so I just got to pour some out so I have a smaller amount to work with. And I'm just going to do it over here by the sink. And let's see if I can open this. And I'm having a little difficulty opening it up, so I'm going to run downstairs and I'm going to get the jug that is open. Are you down here? Okay. I thought you were, but you know, I didn't see you when I was down there. Okay, now I've got a workable container of water that I'm going to open, and I'm going to set, whoa. Okay. And we're back to all this craziness. My big water jar just dumped in the sink, but none fell out. So now I'm going to set my lye in this. I'm just going to dump it in. You know what? I'm going to remeasure it and just make sure that when I dump this out of here, I've got enough. Because I should have measured the lye in this picture. So again, I'm turning on the scale. I'm going to put my picture on it. I'm going to zero it out. And very, very carefully, so I'm not spilling any of these lye crystals. Now it's 2. There we go. We got that same amount, and I'm just going to rinse this out, and it's going to make those lye crystals very dangerous. Okay. So now I'm going to set the lye out, and I'm going to get our water, the scale, and I'm going to put on our picture, and I'm going to zero it out. And now we want 5.5 ounces of water. $3.9, 4.4, 5, 5.5 is what I said. Okay. All right, now I've got 5.5 ounces of water. We're going to set the water aside. And now what we want to do is still suit it up. We want to pour our lye into the water. I'm going to get a stir stick, and so we're going to pour the lye into the water. Now, normally I would not do this on the scale, so we'll just move the scale out of the way. And I just stand out of there because it can put off quite a bit of a fume, so you don't want to breathe it in, so I just kind of stand a little bit far away. Okay, and now there's a bug in here, and I'm just gonna get rid of this, and I'm actually so just bear with me while I'm adjusting things. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some vinegar to this to neutralize it. I'm just going down that drain there. It should help. Dry. So let's try this again. Starting from scratch. Now both containers are clean now. So we're going to re-zero this out. I still have enough lye. I think there's enough in there. Okay. Put it on, zero it out, and measure 2.83 ounces of lye to 5.5 ounces of water. Okay, I've got our lye crystals. I'm going to set them aside. I'm going to get our water. And now our water container is nice and clean. Put that on. Zero. Get the water jug. Okay, and that's 5.8 ounces there. Rid of a little bit. Now I'm under a little bit. Now, I'll just turn the camera that way because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the water jug in the sink. I like to put it in the sink so that in case it spills, it's contained in the sink because it is a hot chemical solution. And I'm going to pour the lye crystals in and set that aside. And then I'm going to step back because it does put off a smell and it heats up really quick. And I'm just going to kind of stir it for a minute. And I'm going to let it set up here. Okay, that is setting up there. Now you can sit down or take off your gloves and your goggles. And next we're going to prepare our oils. So what I'm going to do next is this out. Okay, so now I've got a bowl here, and I'm gonna zero out our scale, put the bowl on, zero it out. And now for our recipe, we need 22 ounces of oil. Okay, here we go. And so I'm using olive oil. Oh, I'll turn you back this way so you can see. We're at 10. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Almost. Almost. It's about 2/3 of a liter. Okay, so now we've got our oils. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to prepare our ingredients, and then we want to monitor the temperature of this oil and the temperature of the lye. So I forgot, there's one more very important piece of material that I need. It is a thermometer, a laser thermometer. So I'm going to be right back while I go find my laser thermometer. Hopefully it's right upstairs here. Not up here. I have no idea where it is. Our light isn't working again. Okay, sorry about my absence, but I found what I'm looking for. This is my laser thermometer, and hopefully it still works and the batteries are okay. So basically what you want to do is you want to heat up oil. So the temperature of your oil is the same as the temperature of your Lye water solution. So let me just turn this on, and I'm just going to give it a little thing. And so this is 74 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And my Lye water solution, I'll give it a little stir. It's 137. Now, when I'm over there, I should have my gloves on. I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this oil in the microwave for probably 20 seconds. But I'm just going to stand here and watch it. And then I'm going to put it on for another 20 seconds and so forth till it's probably about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we'll let it come down in temperature. And then we will prepare our additives. Plastic cups that I measure stuff in, but we'll just use some bottles. And you know what? I love the smell of sweet orange. I also love the smell. Let's see what I've got here. I usually have a little measuring cup usually that measures me about an ounce and a half of, let me just stop that so I don't get that oil fire in my gloves. That was not attended very well. And I'm just going to do another quick temperature here. Oh, we're at 135, so we're just going to leave that, and I'm going to go get something cut. I had all of these great disposable little cups, but I don't have them anymore. So we're just gonna mix into this little bottle, and I'm gonna put some Bastia Cubea. And I'm just gonna pour it in. And first of all, though, I'm going to measure how much this bottle weighs. Okay, now I'm going to pour it in. And I'm going to pour some orange in. I actually think I'm going to use the dropper for the orange. Okay, I am completely having trouble with my scale on this. So I'm sort of eyeballing it. You really want to measure it. But I'm out of the little cups that I normally use. And so there's a few things that I would do a little bit different if I was more prepared. So on my next video that you come and watch, I will be more prepared and we'll do it a little bit more meticulously. I'm pretty sure this is still going to work out though. But I've added a couple of citrusy scents that I like. And now we're going to check the temperature of the Lye Water Solution. And 126. Okay, 140 is what's telling me. We're just gonna stir up this one. Oh, there's something in there now. And this is just oil, so I'm just gonna stick my finger in there and get the little floaty. I think it was on my spoon. Oh. Okay, this is 109, so this can be heated up a little bit more. Get a real spoon here. This one works. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to put the oil back in the microwave. This part can be a little tiny bit finicky. Because you want the temperatures to be pretty close together. Probably within 5 degrees, but I like to get it nice and close. So we're at 117.5 degrees with the oil. And we'll check the lye solution. 135. So we'll just throw this back in for another 10-15 seconds. And this is the game that you play with soap. The next step, when I get the two temperatures mixed together, I'm going to add them together. I'm going to add the lye water solution into the bowl, and then I'm going to mix it until it gets really thick, kind of like pudding, and forms what's called trace. It kind of, so it sort of drizzles on top. Just stir this up, make sure the temperature's all even in there. And that time it's 123. Stir up this lye water solution. $130. 123, so we'll just put that in for another 10 seconds. And then we'll mix our scent and fragrance into that. We'll have it all mixed up, and we should be good to go. We've got it getting close now, so let's just give that a little stir. 127, give this a little stir. 129. I'm gonna just throw this in for 5 seconds. Okay, here we go. Okay, I've got our bowl here, and we should be pretty close. 127.5 still. 129. I like them to be as close as possible, so we'll just do that for another 5. They'd probably be okay to put in there, but let's just see if that made any difference. Okay, 128. 128. Okay, so we're perfect between the two. I'm gonna mix this into this. Tuck that away. I'll get rid of the one spoon. Okay, so now this is, you want to be suited up in goggles and gloves because this is now caustic. And let me just bring you over here to show you. Oh no, and I just dumped my essential oil mix. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more essential oil to that, but we'll worry about that in a second. So there we go. What I'm gonna do is plug in my hand mixer. I'm just kind of pulsing. This hand mixer is not working. I probably discovered that last time I used it, but I have another one. So let me go grab my other one. I think I burnt that other one out using it too much. Okay. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going to add a little bit more. And you want to try to keep the bubbles to slowly get thicker. It's not yet. It's getting close now. Okay, we're at trace now, and I just want to show you, if you can see in there, you can barely see in there. It just, on top, it's kind of gotten thicker, and it's sort of like pudding, and you can see how it goes across. Hopefully, I'm not sure how good you can see that. And so now what I'm going to do is take my citrusy, adding it in, and I'm just and then pretty quick, it's going to get soap-like. So I'm just going to pull that out, take my glove off, move my scale back there, move my water solution over there, and I'm going to bring my mold over. And I'm going to pour. I want you to be able to see this, so let's just pour my soap mixture into the mold. Get my spoon there. And all that excess. Little tap there, get the air bubbles out. Still caustic, so be careful. If you touch it with your fingers, if you have any little open cuts, it's going to hurt. And so I just put board on top, and then I go get a towel, I wrap it up, and I tuck it away till tomorrow. And tomorrow I will take it to the bathtub, a dry bathtub, and just lift it up. That way, if for some reason it's separated or done something funky, it'll be contained in the bathtub, and I can clean it up easy. And I'll let that harden or cure a bit, and then in a couple days I'll cut it up into some bars, and I will show you all of those steps tomorrow. But for now, this is our soap, and I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and sorry about all the little oopses that have happened, but it's important to be prepared, and most of my little oopses were times when I wasn't prepared. So make sure you're prepared, and your soap making should go good. Just make sure you're using a well-tested, checked recipe. Check it through a soap calculator online and just follow all of the safety instructions. And sometimes you have an oops go wrong in your soap, but just as long as you're following all the safety measures, especially with lye, you can make soap. I hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you next time. Bye.